gotten away from me big time. Look how long this is. It's like, I don't even know, is that like almost 3 inches? So first I think I'm gonna touch up my color. I'm gonna touch up my roots, and then I'm gonna lighten it some more on the ends, even though probably a lot of that I'm gonna cut off. I'm so excited about this haircut I'm gonna do.
So excited.
I'll go ahead and lighten it a little anyway. And then we'll tone it and then cut it, which I'm most excited about. All right, here's what it looks like before. All right, you ready? Let's get to it. Hey guys, I'm gonna start by using my Redken up to 7 lightener. It's supposed to lift up to 7 levels, which is a lot. So I'm gonna use that with some 20 volume peroxide, also Redken. And I don't weigh it or really measure it. I just do it by consistency till I get to the consistency that I want, which the thicker the consistency, the stronger it's gonna be for some reason. That's just what I've found. I'm not exactly sure why that is. So I'm just clipping all my hair up now, getting everything out of the way so that I can start applying my color to my root area. Now I am only doing the area on the top. I'm not going to color the area below that because I'm gonna be cutting it really super short. I'm just gonna be shaving it off basically. But this top part, I want to cover all that new growth. And if I get a little bit, I'll try to clean it up and do it very neatly, but it's not a huge deal if it misses. So I do the back with the mirror, and that's really difficult, and then I get to where I can turn around and just do the front by looking in the mirror straight ahead. Much, much easier. Really, you should do this very front part very last because that's your most delicate hair. That's the part of your hair that will break off very easily. So I'm going to part it in the middle now and then start doing little subsections. The sectioning of it will help you keep the lightener just where you want it, just on the new growth, and not get it all over the rest of your hair, like make a giant mess. Now the more control you have putting that on, the neater it's gonna be and the just better executed it's gonna be. It's just, everything's gonna be better. You don't want overlap. I am getting overlap, but it's something you want to try to avoid as much as possible because that really, overlapping bleach really makes that hair delicate and can really damage it. My hair is tough as nails. I can color it and bleach it and color it and bleach it and it just keeps on ticking. But most people do not have hair quite as tough as mine. So it's imperative to be very careful and not overlap your bleach. So I'm going to touch up all the rest of my new growth there. As long as you're getting enough product on there, it doesn't have to get every single little, if you miss a teeny spot, it's going to be okay because that product expands so much. I'll show you because I do miss a spot in the back, but after it processes, I look at it and it has been completely covered by the product that has expanded. So I also wanted to take a moment to say I apologize for the music in this video because I was in a super 80s mood when I was making this, editing it. Bruce, my son, and I have been watching Stranger Things, so the 80s music is strong with this one at this moment. I'll put a fun little clip of me editing at the end because, guys, I had so much fun with this. There, I got a little bleach on my... See, I just kind of rub it out until it's dry. As soon as bleach is dry, it does not work. So if you can kind of rub it out, you don't actually have to wet it down and wash it off. If it's just a tiny bit, you can just kind of rub it out till it's dry and it won't lighten that hair. Now I'm just finishing applying to the rest of the root area and then we'll be done. Well, done with this step at least. I'm getting to the point where I can't really see what's going on in the back, so let's see what's actually happening back there.
sorry.
I really apologize.
I'm gonna let this process for a little bit, but before I do that, I'm gonna put a little bit of color on these ends, where the ends are just a smidge darker still. Doing this very non-professional. Not even wearing gloves, but guys, I have long burned off all my fingertips with chemicals. So. Application, but I think it will get the job done. All right, now let's let this process. And can't forget, important processing. All right, let's check it in about 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. Now this is where you can see how much this product has expanded, and it covered this spot in the back in my crown there where I missed it, completely expanded and covered it. All right, I think that's good. Let's go shampoo. Take this off and check it out. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna cut all this real short right here. I didn't even bother coloring it this time. I'm gonna dry it just a smidge before we put our toner on, just because I want to see what it's really looking like dry. Looking pretty darn inside of a banana peel, isn't it? Today I'm just going to use some 9V Platinum Ice Classic. Let's do 1 ounce. Probably way too much actually. And then 1 ounce of processing solution. Ooh, magic. Alright, it's not completely dry, it doesn't need to be. Put this on though. Applying toner is the easiest thing in the whole world. It doesn't have any strong chemical in it. It just glosses the hair. It does not penetrate. It doesn't really do any damage. So you can just throw it all on there and rub it in. Just make sure you are saturating the hair with it. Because if you miss a spot, you know, if you don't get product on an area, that area is not going to get colored. Alright, now I'm going to very gently kind of comb this through just to make sure my ends are saturated. Now as soon as I feel a little give, I pull it out. When hair is wet and chemical-y like this, it is so delicate. Fresh bag. Now let this process for the full 30 minutes. It might go a little darker than I want, but that's okay because it fades fast. All right, see you in 30 minutes. All right, it's been another 30 minutes. Let's take the bag off. Woo! missed a little spot right there. Right there, it looks like. Okay, so this looks super dark, but don't let that freak you out. As soon as I rinse it, it'll lighten up a whole lot. But let's go rinse it. Come on. Okay, I'm back. Perfect. It turned out fabulous. Let me think, a little less chicken fat, yellow, more of a neutral. It'll do real well once we get that one little spot I missed. All right, now I'm going to cut it. So I'm gonna pull all this up and kind of dry this underneath part, and then I'm gonna clipper just take it off. This little bit. And this little bit. There. Okay, I'm gonna do a one guard, a number 1 on the sides. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm using a number 1 guard, so that pretty much takes everything off, not much hair left underneath. And I said on the sides, but I'm doing it the sides and the back. And I go over it going straight up and down, and then I go sideways, and then I go straight up and down, just kind of go back and forth so that I get the hair no matter which angle it's growing at, because hair doesn't grow straight out. It always grows kind of going one direction, and then it swoops around and goes another direction. So it's good to go back and forth as much as you can at different angles to get it all, because it can be a booger. And especially when you can't see it, when you can't see what you're doing, you're just kind of guessing in the back there. You're like, I think I got it all. But yeah, go back and forth. The sides are pretty easy, really, but the back is tricky. And I'm talking about where the shaved part meets the long hair. That's the really only difficult part about this. I mean, just shaving it, the rest of it is just going at it at different angles, making sure you got it all. But I don't want to keep adding hair to the shaved part. I want to keep all that long hair that I have. And it gets a little tricky in the back when you can't see it straight on. So this is where I say, you know what, Stacy? It might not be perfect, but we'll do the best we can, because I talk to myself a lot. And then whatever part is not quite perfect, I'm okay with. Because honestly, no one's ever going to see that part, because I never like pull all my hair up like this. I just don't wear it that way. I always have it down. The thing about having a really short haircut like this is you never have to worry about trying to do ponytails and stuff like that. Not like that's a big worry for people or anything, but with short hair, you don't have to worry about it getting hot or your hair getting in your way. I might sometimes clip the very front out of my eyes, but that's it. Woo! There is a calico cat in my sink right now. I mean, not literally, just saying. That's what my hair looks like. Now, to cut the rest. So I found this picture, and this is what I like. I liked it so much, so I'm gonna try to do this. Might be a little tricky, but we'll do the best we can and just see how it comes out. I'm gonna start by just kind of sectioning this front part out. There. We're going to do this part last. We're going to blend it into the rest after. Oh my gosh, I feel like this back here is so long. Look how long that is. I guess it's all relative, but all right, I'm a little nervous about this because
it just seems hard.
It's the actual execution of this haircut that's making me a little nervous because there's an angle kind of in the back. So we'll see. Pretty good to start out with. Now I want to do this side at the same angle. That might not be so easy, but we'll see what happens. That might be pretty good. Gotta get it real straight so I can see. This part is incredibly difficult because it feels like I'm fighting against gravity. Not really, but because I'm in the mirror backwards, reaching behind my own head. I can see where I want to cut it, but getting my scissors in the right place is quite the challenge. Okay, I think that's all right. Now I can look from the front and get the sides. This looks crazy right now, guys, I know, but I promise we'll work it out, okay? We'll get it back to good. That looks pretty good. All right, now I want to layer this. This will help with the pieciness of it and it won't look so blunt. So I'm going to take a nice, just a little vertical section right there. Okay, do one more vertical section right here. Now, if when I'm pulling this up, you see that little bit of a lavender stripe in there, don't worry about it because that'll fade out so fast. But yeah, that's from the toner. Part to be longer. That's why I pulled it out to the last. Can't quite see what I'm doing here. There we go. This is just a matter of making A and B meet up. Drawing a straight line between this shorter part back here and this longer part. And when I say straight line, it's really an angle line. Liking this, the shape. Now I'm going to go through with my texturizing shears and piece out the ends. So it has a nice piecey look on the ends. Not so much in the front, but more so through the interior, like all this layering up here and the back. So I want that part to be super piecey. try it and check it. Oh, I love it. Love it! Alright, let's check out the back and see how that did. Oh, this is great right here. Look at all that layer. And a little bit more right there. I like that. I really like how that's doing right there. Alright guys, that's it. That's all she wrote. I'm super excited about this. Love how it turned out. I really like that this is long enough still that I can tuck it.
I don't know.
Some women want to be able to keep their ponytail. I still like to be able to tuck it. Super fun, love it. Such a more flattering color for sure. And then this little bit of lavender in there, that'll be gone in like 3 or 4 shampoos, so I'm absolutely not worried about it. Hope I can repeat this. Okay guys, well thank you so much for joining us. Love you so much and see you next time. Bye!